Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Back with a fresh new recap. In this video we deep dive into movie named Weapons. So just
This is where the story really starts.
imagine this. It's a quiet night in a small Pennsylvania town, and suddenly, 17 kids bolt out of their homes at exactly 2:17 a.m., vanishing into the darkness without a trace. Sounds like the start of a nightmare, right? Well, buckle up, because that's just the hook for one of the most mind-bending horror films out there. Weapons. If you're into twisted mysteries with supernatural vibes, you're gonna love this breakdown. I'm diving deep into the plot, explaining it step by step from multiple angles, and clearing up any lingering questions. Stick around till the end, because this story's got layers that'll blow your mind. Let's jump in. So, right at the opening of the movie, we hear this eerie child's voiceover setting the scene. It tells us that 2 years ago, on a fateful night at precisely 2:17 a.m. in Maybrook, Pennsylvania, 17 children dashed out of their homes and were never seen again. The wild part? All 17 of these missing kids were from the same class at Maybrook Elementary School. There were 18 students total in that class, 17 disappeared, and only one kid, Alex, was left behind. The very next day, the class teacher, Justine Gandy, walks into her classroom and finds just Alex sitting there, all alone. Now, the parents of the missing children are pointing fingers straight at Justine, blaming her for whatever happened. They figure she must have taught the kids something weird that made them act out like this. Boom, the police launch a full investigation, grilling Justine left and right. They even question Alex intensely. But both of them swear up and down they know nothing about the disappearances. The cops hit a dead end. All they uncover is that the 17 kids fled their homes at exactly 2:17 a.m. Alright, folks, that's the setup, and from here, the movie switches gears, showing us the story through different characters' eyes. First up, Justine's perspective, the class teacher who's suddenly public enemy number one. We see all the furious parents accusing Justine during a heated meeting. The school principal, Andrew Matthews, wait, actually it's Marcus, my bad, let's call him Marcus from here on out, steps in to defend her, insisting she had nothing to do with it. But one dad, Archer Graff, is raging hardest, laying all the blame on her. After the meeting wraps, Justine heads to a liquor store that night to grab some booze and drown her sorrows. Justine brushes him off and hightails it home, paranoid that some angry parent might jump her. And she's not wrong, she's already getting threatening calls from unknown numbers. The next morning? Boom, someone spray-painted, which, in huge letters on her car. Justine reports it to the police, and that's where we meet Officer Paul, who's kind of friendly with her. They exchange a casual "Hey." Back at school, Justine tries to chat with Alex, but Principal Marcus shuts it down hard. He explains that since Alex is the sole survivor from the class, he's been poked and prodded by cops and agencies nonstop. Alex's parents are overwhelmed, so Marcus suggests Justine take a forced leave to let things cool off, or the situation could explode. Reluctantly, she agrees, but she doesn't stop there. She starts secretly tailing Alex. That night, Justine holds up in a rundown spot, and Paul shows up. They talk about the chaos, and Justine's already tipsy. She even tries to get him drinking too. They both get hammered and end up hooking up. The twist? Paul's married to a woman named Donna, and Justine knows it. This isn't their first rodeo either. Yeah, it's messy. Next day, Justine's back on Alex's trail, trying to talk to him. He freaks, tells her to back off, and bolts. Undeterred, Justine shows up at his house, knocking away. No answer. She peeks through a tiny gap in the papered-over windows and spots Alex's parents on the sofa, frozen like statues in some creepy trance. Terrified, she calls Principal Marcus, urging him to check on them legally to ensure Alex is safe. That same night, Justine parks outside Alex's house for surveillance. She dozes off, and suddenly, the door creaks open. Alex's mom shuffles out weirdly, scissors in hand, sneaks into Justine's car, and snips off a lock of her hair. Justine sleeps through it all. Talk about a close call. Now, the perspective flips to Archer Graff, the dad who lost his son Matthew and was screaming at Justine earlier. He's the one who tailed her to the liquor store, painted, which, on her car, and has been spying on her, convinced she's guilty. Archer bugs the police constantly for updates on his boy, but nada. Frustrated, he obsessively rewatches his home CCTV of Matthew fleeing, that same weird, nutty run style. Noting the direction, he draws a line on a town map from his house. He visits another missing kid's family, checks their footage of their daughter Bailey escaping, and draws another line. Boom, they intersect at a specific spot. All the kids were heading there, maybe still nearby. While investigating, Archer spots Justine at a gas station. He confronts her, yelling, but then Principal Marcus appears out of nowhere, covered in blood, running that same freaky way, like he's possessed. He lunges at Justine. Archer tries to intervene, but Marcus is on a mission to take her out, like he's under mind control. Justine bolts into the store. Marcus chases. He's acting spellbound. Scene cuts there, leaving us on the edge. Quick side note to keep you engaged. During their perspectives, both Justine and Archer have nightmares featuring this bizarre old woman who looks like a clown. File that away, it's crucial. Perspective shifts again to Officer Paul. His wife's out of town, He heads to the station. This is the day Justine reports the car vandalism. They lock eyes, say hi. Paul drives off for patrol and spots James trying to break into a house. Chase ensues. Paul arrests him. During the pat-down, Paul pricks his finger on a needle in James's pocket, probably a drug syringe, and punches him in anger. Oh, it's caught on his dash cam. If Brass sees it, Paul's toast. So he cuts James loose. Don't tell anyone, and get out of town. James flees. Later, Paul gets Justine's text. Morning after, he sneaks home, surprised Donna's back early. She clocks him coming in and figures out the affair. Furious, she later attacks Justine in a store. Paul confesses the assault to his captain, who says if James doesn't complain, the footage overwrites in a month, no biggie. But outside, Paul sees James heading to the station. Enraged, he chases him again. Story pauses here. Now James's perspective, he's a junkie, liar, petty thief. He begged Justine for money at the store. After Paul lets him go, James plans to steal and pawn stuff for drugs. He breaks into Alex's house, yep, the survivor kid's place. He swipes kitchen gadgets, CDs, whatever. Then he notices Alex's parents on the sofa, statue still in a trance. Ignoring them, he hits the basement, and finds all 17 missing kids standing there, zoned out. Shocked, he bolts as the parents lunge at him. On the street, he sees reward posters, $50,000 for info. Greedy, he calls the cops, says he knows where the kids are. They tell him to report in person for the reward. Heading there, he runs into Paul, who chases him into the woods. There, James sees the clown-like old woman beckoning him. He hides in a tent. Someone unzips it. He stabs with a syringe. It's Paul. Paul arrests him, throws him in the car. To escape, James spills, "I know where the kids are." He directs Paul to Alex's house. Paul locks him in the car and enters. Hours pass. Night falls. Then, a hypnotized Paul emerges, drags James inside. Scene cuts, chilling, right? Next, Principal Marcus's view. Remember Justine's call about checking Alex's house? It bugs him, so he summons Alex's parents to school. Instead, this clownish old woman shows up, Gladys, claiming to be Alex's aunt. She's the nightmare figure. She says the parents are sick, can't come. Marcus insists on visiting or involving child services. Gladys ain't pleased. Later, at home, Gladys barges in uninvited, asks for water. She pulls out a thorny plant stem, ties on a flag from Marcus's office, stolen, probably, cuts her hand, rubs blood on it. Rings a bell. Marcus is entranced. She snips his husband's hair, ties it on, breaks the stem. Marcus attacks and kills him, getting bloodied himself. Gladys dunks the stem in water to stop him. Then, using Justine's hair, she sends Marcus after Justine. This confirms Gladys controls Alex's parents too. Marcus, hypnotized, Nutty runs to the gas station, attacks Justine. Archer's there. Fight erupts. Justine flees to her car. Marcus chases. Archer follows. A car slams into Marcus. Head fracture, dead on the spot. Post-incident, Archer realizes Justine's innocent, a victim too. They team up, reconcile. Archer shows his map. Justine IDs the intersection, Alex's house. They stake it out. Perspective switches to Alex, flashing back to before the disappearances. Normal kid, bit of a bully. Dad says Mom's and Gladys is moving in, old, sick, nowhere else to go. That night, Gladys arrives frail, with a weird plant. Next day, school as usual, but Dad doesn't pick him up. Alex walks home, parents at the table, robotic, tranced. Gladys appears, younger, healthier. She's controlling them, threatens Alex, spill, and they die. She demos with a thorny stem, blood, ritual, parents self-harm with utensils. She stops by breaking stem in water. Scared, Alex complies. Gladys uses the plant for spells, needs personal items, hair, etc., to control and drain life force, rejuvenating herself. Alex keeps routine, school, shopping, feeding parents, they don't move. Gladys youthens, but weakens again. She demands class kids' items for freedom. Alex steals name stickers from trays. That night, ritual at 2:17 a.m., bell rings, kids run to basement. Post-disappearance, press, cops search house, Gladys hides kids in woods temporarily. Alex silent from fear. Gladys breaks promise, stays, enslaves him. Paul and James? Entranced in house now. Salt lines trap spells, Alex can't cross. Timelines converge, Archer and Justine outside. Hypnotized Paul lures Justine in. Crossing salt line, Paul and James zombie attack. Justine shoots Paul in head, dead. Archer kills James same way. Headshots break spells. Archer basement, finds kids. Gladys snips his hair, controls him to attack Justine. Alex crosses salt, parents chase to kill. He flees to Gladys's room, breaks plant stem, pulls her wig hair, does ritual on her with his blood. Result, 17 kids turn on Gladys, chase her through town. Townsfolk watch, kids catch, devour her alive. Gladys dies, spells break. Archer snaps back, fine, fresh spell. Justine safe. Alex's parents, kids, semi-zombies from drained life force. Voiceover, 2 years later, parents unchanged. Alex feeds them, lives with normal aunt. Some kids recovering, speaking after a year. Weapons is mind-blowing, with killer direction that keeps you guessing. But I know you've got questions. Let's unpack deeper for that satisfying closure. Chronologically, Gladys, posing as aunt, arrives, hypnotizes Alex's parents, drains them to you then. Weakens, blackmails Alex for classmates' items, hypnotizes them for more energy. Exposure leads to chaos. Alex turns ritual on her, kids kill her. Ritual how to, needs victim's personal item, hair, nameplate. Ties to thorny stem, applies blood, rings bell, control. To attack target, add target's item, break stem, stop with water. Purpose, Gladys, ancient witch, feeds on life force to stay young/alive, parasite vibe. Why some recover, others don't. Drain long equals permanent damage, parents, early kids. Fresh, archer, equals instant recovery. Kids partial, some speak after year. Archer's persistent, finds son, Matthew's silent post-trauma. Nightmares before meeting Gladys? Her power's supernatural reach, psychological disturbance, not just physical control. Hope that clears it up. If anything's still fuzzy, drop a comment. Love this? Hit like, share, subscribe. We drop breakdowns like this all the time. Thanks for watching.